8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and the app. Our coverage begins with Monday Night Countdown. That is at 6. We'll have the American League wildcard game for you Wednesday at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. It's the A's and Rays from Oakland. It's win or go home. Catch it on ESPN and the app.
Microphone 1 2 1 2. Pack the whole place out. Watch what I do. What you know about? You don't really know about. Tell me what you know about. I've been going hard. Oh, I'm going so hard. Oh, I'm going so hard. Oh, I'm going so hard. What you really know about? Tell me what you know about.
It's a good workout song. Welcome back to First Take, everybody. Coming to you live from above the Heineken River Deck here at Pier 17. It was that Saints D that handed Big D their first loss of the season last night in the Big Easy. Many of the Cowboys struggled, including their franchise quarterback. Dak finished 22 for 33, 223 yards, but no touchdowns. And many have said Dak's success is predicated on Zeke's success, and it's no coincidence that Zeke couldn't get anything going last night. On that note, we welcome in Ryan Clark. What's going on, Ryan?
Nothing much, man. Just hanging out, ready to listen to these guys, especially Stephen A. Go hard on the Cowboys.
Hold on. What is around your neck? What the hell is that you're wearing?
What
is that?
Did you go it's a velvet bow tie, Stephen A. It's a velvet bow tie? It is.
It looked like you stole an animal and wrapped it around your neck.
Come on, man.
I mean, damn, how big? That's the biggest bow tie I've ever seen.
I actually have a bigger one that's leather.
Don't ever wear
that's leather.
And I have a fur one as well.
Oh, God. What are you trying to tell us, Ryan?
I'm not trying to tell you guys anything. I'm just saying that, if I was Max and Stephen A., and after you finished in the bow tie and went up a little higher, you couldn't make it better the way that I do, I probably wouldn't do these things. But when you can, you can.
I mean, it looks like you went hunting
for you. I'm trying to be there for you. I'm my boy. I mean, damn.
How
am I supposed to pay attention to what you said with that big damn bow tie on? That's all I'm trying to say.
I don't know. I guess the same way people go
whatever stylist talked you into that one, they're wrong. They're wrong.
It was all me. It's all me.
Listen,
yeah, it is all you.
Listen, Ryan, I'm not going to throw stones. I got a Tiger shirt on, big hoops, and leather pants. So who am I to judge?
And I like it, Mala. You do it.
Thank you. All right, guys. So considering Dallas and their quarterback are still not close when it comes to this contract extension, Stephen A., how much did the Cowboys' loss hurt Dak Prescott and his stock?
I think it hurt him a little bit. I only think it hurt him a little bit because I think that Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones, falsely I might add, are looking for an excuse to kind of lowball him to make sure that he doesn't set the market. And I don't think his case last night was helped. When Ezekiel Elliott fails to generate 2 yards per carry, 18 carries for 35 yards, you got to get a little something if you're Dak Prescott. I'm not trying to sit up there and say that you got to go out there and throw for 400 or 500 yards or something like that. But you can't have Ezekiel Elliott about to sign a contract for in excess of $130 million, looking for more than $109 or $110 million in guaranteed dollars, okay? We're talking about going from $2 million to about $110 plus, all right? Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones are clearly holding out on that because they're hell-bent on ensuring that you don't set the market. That's all they're trying to go. They know they're going to concede. They got to give you about $30 million. But they're trying to make sure that you don't set the market. And it gets a quality team. That's the New Orleans Saints, who is going to replicate some of those quality teams that's going to be out there waiting for you down the line when games really, really matter. For you to fail to do something more with Ezekiel Elliott struggling the way he did, I can't believe that the Cowboys are not going to try to hold it against.
Listen to me. Listen carefully, everyone. This does not affect anything at all, and I will tell you why. There are 2 things that will certainly happen for Dak Prescott. 1, he will get the highest guaranteed value. He will set the market that way. 2, he will have the highest average annual salary. Now, future. They have every single thing else in place. A young and great offensive line, all signed up and now healthy. A top receiver who they'll wind up taking care of. A great running back they took care of. A great defense. They have every single thing you need. And whether or not Jason Garrett's the guy, Kellen Moore seems to be. So you're going to pay Dak Prescott. I don't know what the games are about, the exact structure here and there, the way it can benefit the player or the team a little bit. That'll get worked out. But the two things that will happen regardless of this kind of stuff, he'll be the highest paid and he'll have the biggest guarantee. I don't know what the weight is for the Cowboys.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I believe those things as well, Max. But let's kind of focus on this game and the actual play on the field. Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints went to Dallas last year and lost a game that looked much like this. We watched Tom Brady struggle against the Buffalo Bills this week, and no one is saying that these guys aren't still very good or great quarterbacks. And for Dak Prescott, when you look at this game, it wasn't necessarily about Dak. Dak and Stephen A has mentioned the stats, but let's look a little bit closer. You convert a third down on an in route to Jason Witten, and he fumbles the football. Ezekiel Elliott on a 4th and 1 when you're trying to mount a drive to get a late score in the quarter, fumbles the football. Randall Cobb drops a third down that would have been a conversion. So these are a lot of plays that other people aren't making. Then you go to the defensive side of the ball that played extremely well all night. You're trying to get the ball back to the Dallas Cowboys in a 4-minute situation, and you allow the New Orleans Saints to get 2 first downs, which backs you up for your last drive. And so there were so many other things that went wrong with this team last night that wasn't about Dak Prescott. And it was really Dak Prescott's play that gave you an opportunity to win. He came into this game perfect in the third quarter, and you watched him mount a drive with a huge play to Jarwin down the seam in a cover 2 to get them in scoring range and allow them to go up 10-9. I felt like Dak Prescott played well, and they're going to be these games. Right now, people are saying the Detroit lay a blueprint to stopping Kansas City. Have the Buffalo Bills shown a chink in the armor of the New England Patriots? Teams are going to struggle sometimes. What this is more about was the New Orleans Saints coming up with a plan to stop Ezekiel Elliott. Amari Cooper, who's another guy who you're expected to pay. He had a big-time one-on-one matchup last night with Marshawn Lattimore, and he lost. And so you're talking about all these other guys that you're going to pay money, or in Ezekiel Elliott's place have already paid, and you can't look at Dak and say this loss hurts you in any way as far as your money is concerned.
Well, first of all, I would like you, Ryan Clark, to stop talking so long because you're the football expert, and I need to come to you with questions. I need to have time to come at you with questions because you're the one that played, and I need answers, okay?
You got answers, man.
I need answers from you, not from me. I need it from you. First of all, the quarterback rating for Dak Prescott, wasn't it the worst last night that it's been since last December? I think that's the truth. Is it not the truth?
Absolutely. But here's the other piece, though, Stephen A. When you go to quarterback rating, it also incorporates the other things that your players are doing. And they're going to be...
But wait a minute. That's where I'm going. That's where I'm going.
Okay,
because New Orleans did transition from zone to man to zone. They were throwing that to try to confuse him all night long. So you got people pointing to that being a problem. My question to you is this. I have no doubt that what you're saying is correct in reality. But when it comes to a negotiation, isn't it subject to somebody's interpretation when they're the ones who are cutting the checks as opposed to ones who are cashing it? If I'm Jerry Jones, and Max can convolute the issue all he wants to, but the bottom line is this. I didn't say that Dak Prescott's not going to get paid. What I said is based on what he's shooting for, what he's after, because something like this could happen. If I'm Jerry Jones or Stephen Jones, I could sit up there and use it as a nugget of evidence to sit up there and say, you know something? This is why I can make the position. You deserve to get paid, but you don't deserve to be the one to set the market. Am I right about that, Ryan?
Well, listen, negotiations always go that way. And usually when you want to pay a guy, that guy gets paid. You look at Carson Wentz, Jared Goff, and some of them and the monies that they have and some of the deficiencies or some of the things that they have done that could be looked at negative, but the Rams wanted to make sure Goff was taken care of. The Philadelphia Eagles wanted to make sure that Carson Wentz was taken care of. And now Dak Prescott has shown you from half of the season last year once they acquired Amari Cooper to even the first 3 games this year that he is as good or even better than those guys in many situations. And so if his agent goes in and does the work he is supposed to do when some of those things are brought up, when we talk about the highest salaries from the quarterback position and you compare him to a Jared Goff, you're going to compare him to a Russell Wilson, you're going to compare him to a Carson Wentz and what they have accomplished recently and what they can do going forward, they're going to know that Dak Prescott is worth the money he's asking for.
Guys, you guys are convoluting the issue. I hate to tell you. Here's my point. I'll say it again. It doesn't matter how much above or below expectations, unless he bottoms out, right? Dak plays. The contract's going to be exactly the same. When the guy resets the market, he doesn't reset it by a country mile. He resets it by a little bit. He gets a little bit more than now, Mahomes may change that because he's better than everyone and it's unique. But generally, that's what happens. So Dak, rest assured, will reset the market by a little bit. Guaranteed money and average annual salary. With a game like this, even if he balled out yesterday, it wouldn't mean that he would reset the market by a lot. He would still only reset it by a little. He didn't have a great game. It doesn't mean that it's now going to go down. He's going to reset it by a little. And by the way, the good thing about Dak is he's the type of personality that Stephen A. always brings up trust. You can trust. When he gets the money, he won't be the kind of guy to show up in velvet bow ties.
Hell no. Hell to the no.
He stepped
hell
on my
to
line.
the no.
You heard it,
I'm
though,
sorry.
Ryan.
I didn't mean to step on your line because I'd have stepped back if I knew you was going to bring up that damn bow tie. You're absolutely my bad. But I'm saying hell no with you, Max. Here's the reason why. I am the one, Molly. Correct me if I'm wrong. The matriarch of this show. The fact of the matter is I am the one who has been on the record saying Dak Prescott needed to be paid before Ezekiel Elliott. You were making the argument on behalf of Ezekiel Elliott, if I remember correctly, and the reason why you were saying the Cowboys go as Ezekiel Elliott goes. We were making the argument, wait a minute, Dak has developed, you got a new offensive coordinator, not Scott Linehan, it's going to be Kellen Moore now. You're airing it out more, you're not relying on the run as much as you did in the past because you believe in Dak Prescott. So when that situation comes to fruition last night, where they were in a position where they really, really needed him, in their eyes, if he came up short, even though we still believe in him, know he's improved, know the upside is tremendous, if you're Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones is the perfect excuse not to let him set
We got to go. Ryan, can I ask you a question really quick? Because I've been wanting to know this, a football one. Tyron Smith, Pro Bowl left tackle, gets hurt at the end of the game. How much is that going to hurt them or the rest of the way?
Oh, that's going to mean a lot. This is a guy who has been the stalwart of this offense for a long time, and he protects Dak's backside. And so anytime you lose a great left tackle, it hurts your team. But they're so good up front. There's so much chemistry. I believe they'll overcome it, at least until he can get back.
Yo, I think I saw the bow tie move. That might still be alive, Ryan.
Hey, nah, man, it's not alive. Listen, you guys just care too much about what I wear, and I appreciate it because I know if I came on with the deacon suit with the peach shirt like Stephen A. has, I couldn't live with myself. So I at least got to come out and do it my way.
You're such a liar.
I think that's
You're
called
such
salmon.
a liar. This is exactly something that you would rock, and you know it. Either this or something like burgundy or whatever. You liar. You know you would rock this outfit. I would never rock that.
Guys, Ryan's with us the whole show. Fashion Police can be continued after the break.
Yeah, you would
the
say
Panthers
that, Miss Tigress. Okay.
It is loud, and I'm owning it. Continue to win without Superman. It's like my spirit animal. We're talking Cam. Stephen A. messed me up.
High noon. Highly questionable.
Around the horn.